everyone, Nikki Sharp here, and we are starting a brand new series together called Ask Nikki Anything, or shortened just Ask Nikki. Now, the reason that I'm doing this is because I get so many questions every single day, from business to makeup to hair to health, and I wanted to help give you some answers to all of these questions because I don't have time to go through all of my direct messages. We're just gonna do some rapid fire Q&A. Without further ado, here's Ask Nikki. Question one. Hair products. That's it. It just says hair products. So I'm assuming that's what hair products do I use. These are the guys that I use. I am pretty minimal with my hair. I tend to not ever blow dry it. I let it naturally dry because it sometimes goes a little curly. And then from there, I will either use a straightener or I will use a curler. Now, I'm using the Olaplex oil. This has been a godsend. It's one of those products that it's really lightweight, and you just put like a little teeny tiny little bit there and rub it through the ends just like that. It gives it a really nice glow and shine without making it heavy, and then it protects your hair against the heat. I use Olaplex number 5, and this is the Bond Maintenance Conditioner. I tend to leave that in my hair after I shampoo it overnight, and then I wash it out, so I use it as a mask. This Milbon Repair, so the shampooing conditioner, and I use this about 2 to 3 times a week. I try to not wash my hair very often. And the last one is a violet shampoo. I use that also maybe once a week. Those are the hair products that I use. Next up, how to fly in business class for free. Now, unfortunately, this answer is going to be irrelevant because nobody can fly anywhere actually right now. And so I'll tell you how I've been flying in business class in the past. I wouldn't say necessarily for free, but here are my few tips and tricks. The first one is, if you have a credit card, and I'm going to preface this with, do not get a credit card if you don't plan on paying it off, because the interest is actually going to be worse than just getting the points to use for business class. But if you're getting a credit card and you're paying it off, there are really good ones such as the Chase Sapphire, Chase Ink, American Express, Platinum is the one that I have, and there's a few others, you can Google them, that give you amazing travel rewards. So everything that I spend goes on those credit cards, and then as the points accumulate, you can use them to upgrade or buy business class tickets. The other thing as well is they all have signing bonuses. So you get like 50,000 points if you sign up for the credit card. But again, do not do that unless you are planning on paying the credit card off. The other thing that I do when it comes to traveling business is that I have a rule of thumb, and that is, if the flight is not over 6 hours, I will not fly business, ever. Just doesn't happen. I won't spend the money. I tend to fly business when I'm going from America to Asia because the business class tickets are the cheapest anywhere in the world. So those are the answers for that. Next up, this is a really good question. Looking back at your first detox book, what are the things you wished you did or explained differently? Great question. So I wrote the detox many years ago, and it started off as an ebook. I think I would have actually seen the success of it so quickly. I think that I would have tried to come up with a business plan to get it into a meal delivery service.
So as I've just been editing this video, I realized that the end of my answer for what would I do differently about the detox got cut off for some reason. I've been having serious camera problems today. So I'm filming this very quickly on my phone just to get it to you because I think it was a great answer, or a great question. So what would I do differently? It was creating a business plan around the detox in order to get it into a meal delivery service. And I wish that I had really thought about that, put effort, put time, and started to find capital for it. I would have also changed the app and the book to make them different, more different, so that there's more incentive to get both of them, because they are both incredible to get and they'll help you while doing the detox. But I think that I didn't do a good enough job marketing the difference between them. So yes, I hope that you guys like this little interruption to the video, and back to our regularly scheduled program.
Next question, how do you know if it's the one? That is a really good question, and I think that in society, especially because of all of like these Disney movies, and you see these relationships online and Instagram, that we get caught up in this feeling that we're only gonna have one person, one soulmate, and that's not true. You will encounter so many people in your life that are meant for you exactly in that time. When it comes to an actual relationship though, I would take away the one, because that puts so much pressure on it, and rather I would start to focus on, does this person make me feel good every day? Do I smile? Do I laugh? Do we have the same values? Because when you go down the path of someone that has the same values as you, then you're much more likely to start to see that actually you are having the one, if that makes sense. And I just don't believe in going about life, searching for relationships of the one, because it actually stops you and prevents you from having your eyes open to everyone and every lesson. Like, there's some people that you might have dated and you thought they were the one, and then as you break up and you look back on that relationship, you start to realize, no, they weren't, but they were the one for that moment. So I always like to look at it instead of, is this the one for my life? Is this the one for right now that I'm having fun with, that's guiding me, that I'm learning from, that I'm having a great time with? And if so, continue down that path. Next question here. How are you keeping healthy during these times? Another good question. So I've done a lot of different YouTube videos and blog posts on this, from relieving anxiety and stress to a meditation to how to sleep better. And the biggest thing for me right now is having a routine, because if I'm not in a routine, it's really easy just to start to eat unhealthy or start to drink too much. Anything, like laying in bed, not wanting to get up, watching Netflix all day. And now is an interesting opportunity because, like, for example, when I'm eating lunch, I do watch like a Netflix show, and I normally wouldn't give myself the privilege to do that. But at the same time, having a routine is keeping me healthy, because it's keeping me focused on the things that make me feel good. That's also eating well, exercising, and then having that routine keeps me going to bed the same time every night, waking up. And so I feel accomplished during my day. I feel like I'm actually proactively doing things. The other thing I'm going to add to that is getting outside. So if I start to get in a little bit of a funky mood, I know that's because I haven't been outside, I haven't gotten fresh air, and the moment I go outside, I immediately feel better. So my other quick tips for managing to stay healthy during this time is really focusing on, who do you want to be when this whole quarantine ends? So for me, I want to know that I gave it my best. I did as much as I could to work on my mental state, on my physical state, on my internal state with what I'm eating, with doing some of the work of like reading books and learning things that I am interested in learning. So I'm using this opportunity to really try to transform my life and myself. That's learning about business and finances, that's reading books. I have a book club right now that's connecting to friends every day, calling my parents more often, and all of the things that I didn't have time for, I now am making time for. And so that's how I'm keeping myself healthy. And obviously, I'm also doing my 5-day detox right now, which, if you're feeling bad, do it. That's all I'm gonna say. It makes you feel amazing. Your body will thank you. Your mind will thank you. So hope that answers your question. All right, the next question we have here is, I've heard that goat's cheese is better than cow's milk because it doesn't have lactose. The answer is yes, it is better than cow's milk because it has more medium chain fatty acids, and those get digested easier in the body than cow's milk, which means that it's less likely to get stored. So the other thing is that it has A2 casein instead of A1 casein, which is getting into a little bit more of the science. So A2 casein actually gets digested better in the body, which is going to cause less inflammation. So if you're someone and you find that your skin breaks out, I know for me it does when I eat cow's milk or any sort of dairy, then I would definitely try goat's milk. The main thing here though is that if you find that your skin is breaking out, you're getting inflamed, I don't even know if that's a word, inflamed. If you find that your skin is breaking out, getting bloated, getting indigestion, or you're not able to use the toilet, then you definitely want to reduce your dairy intake. Dairy is one of those things that, although it can taste amazing, it's not that good for health. And a lot of people don't even realize that when they're eating yogurts every day and cheeses and milk and that sort of thing. There's obviously a lot of back and forth within the health industry on whether dairy is good for you. My biggest tip here is if you find that you're getting bloated from it, you're having indigestion, or you can't go to the bathroom, like you're getting blocked up, constipated, then reduce it to once a week. That's it. All right, you guys, the last question here is, can you do the splits? I don't know. Shall we see? I haven't done yoga in a minute, so kind of, I guess. So I hope you enjoyed this quick round of Ask Nikki. I will be back next week answering your questions, rapid fire responses. You can ask anything from business to relationships to health, fitness, whatever you want. I'm here to answer, help you during this time, and I will see you all next week.